Good morning, guys. In the last session, we developed one REST API that is going to deal with product categories and products information in our application. So we created a project with data REST dependency that is used to expose our repositories as a REST API. And we created entity classes with association mapping. Product category table is available and a product table is available. So product category, one category can have multiple products. This is one-to-many relationship. And if you see from the product table, multiple products belongs to one category, which is many to one relationship, guys. Okay. And the next one, creating the repository interfaces. So we are extending the properties from JPA repository, so which is called as repository REST resource. So it is basically used to expose our repository as a REST API. Then we configured data source properties and we are able to run our application. So when we run our application, it is starting with the embedded server. Okay. And we are able to test our repository REST resource. Is that working as expected or not? Whatever the repository REST resource is available, is it working as expected or not? We are testing. Yesterday, we tested our product category functionality by using Postman. Okay. Now Postman we are using as API testing tool. Now we are able to insert the category, we are able to delete the category, and we are able to retrieve the category. Let us see this. I'm opening my Postman. Now for the repository REST resource, I have given the path. This is basically URL pattern. And in the resources file, in the resources properties file available, in this properties file, we configured base path as API. Okay. So you need to access this repository REST resource by using /API/category, product category. You can send a GET request, you can send POST request, PUT request, delete request. Basically, you can perform CRUD operations with this REST API. Now let me send a GET request, product category. So when we send GET request, it is going to retrieve the records from the table. Now, see, observe this, whether we are able to retrieve the records from the table or not. Yes, we are able to retrieve the records from the table. 200 is the status code that we are getting. 200 is the status code that we are getting. So now here we are getting this one category, product categories, laptops one category, mobiles one category, shirts one category is available. So total there are 3 categories available and we are able to retrieve them. Total there are 3 categories are available and we are able to retrieve them. Okay. Now I want to expose IDs also. But when you see in the response, category name is coming, category ID not coming, category name mobiles coming. Okay. But category ID is not coming. But in our e-commerce application, we need to display the categories and based on the category ID, we should get the products also. Product category ID is stored in the product table. So based on the category ID, we should get the data. But in the response, that category ID is not coming. That means the primary key is not coming here. The primary key is not coming. We are getting only category name. So by default, when you go for REST repositories, primary keys are not coming in the response. So for that, we need to do some customization, guys. For that, we need to do some customization. How to expose ID also in the response. Now you observe, when I send the request for product category, send the request. I'm getting only category name, but category ID is not coming. So if you see here, for first category laptops, second category mobiles, third category shirts, only the category names are coming, category IDs are not coming here. So what we need to do in order to expose category ID also, In order to expose the category ID, we need to create one extra class for the customization. Rest configuration we need to do. So let me create one new package, guys. That package name I'm giving as a config. So in this config package, I'm going to create one extra class. I'm going to create one extra class that is my data rest config. Customization, guys. My data rest config class I'm creating. So this config class is going to implement repository rest configurer, implements repository rest configurer, repository rest configurer I'm going to implement. Okay, repository rest configurer I am implementing. Let me represent this as a configuration class. For that we are going to use @configuration. I want to represent this as a configuration bean, and it is implementing repository rest configurer. Repository rest configurer is available. Now in this we need to override one method, configure repository rest configuration. One method is available. We are going to override that method. We are going to override that method. So I am overriding that method, which is configure repository rest configuration. So in this method, I'm going to write some functionality. I'm going to write some functionality that is used to expose the IDs of the entities. So when the response, I'm getting only non-primary key data from the product category table. I'm getting only non-primary key data. I want to expose the IDs also. So how do we expose the IDs also? Let me write one separate method, that is private void expose IDs. Expose IDs. For this I'm taking repository rest configuration object. Using this configuration object, I will expose the IDs. To expose the IDs, I need to load my entities available in the application. To load the entities available in the application, I'm going to inject one class called entity manager. Private entity manager will be available. So let me inject this entity manager by using auto wiring. JPA entity manager I have injected in my REST config. So let me take this entity manager. Using this entity manager, I will get all my entities of the application. Entity manager dot get data model. Okay, so entity manager dot get this meta model dot get entities. So what all the entities are available? We are getting all the entities. So set of entities available, I'm getting all the entities information. So from these entities, I want to get the IDs and I want to expose them. So for this, I'm going to create one array list object in order to expose the entities of these entity classes. Okay. So all the entity classes I'm going to load into one array list object. All the entity objects I'm going to load into one array list object, one entity classes list object I created. Then get all the entities from that set, whatever the entities are available, entity type, whatever the entity type is available, let me take that entity type. The entity type, temporary entity type I'm taking from the entities. So here we are having set of entities, guys. So that set of entities I'm iterating by using for each loop. Now add them to entity classes. Entity classes dot add of temp entity type dot get temp entity type dot get Java type. So what is the type of that entity we are getting? Now from these entities we need to expose the IDs. So first I'm taking entity manager. Entity manager is from our JPA Java Jakarta Persistence API. So from this we are getting all the entities by using meta model. So in this application Repository REST resource concept is available. I'm not writing any REST controller. So repository REST resource by default not giving primary key of the tables in the response. So that's why I want to expose those primary keys. For that, I'm writing my configuration class. So manually, I'm writing one Java class. This Java class is used to expose the primary keys of the records also in the response. So for this, my Java class represented as a configuration class, and it is implementing repository REST configurer. So I'm overriding one configuration method. So inside this method, I'm using entity manager, which I have injected by using auto wiring. Using the entity manager, we are getting the meta model and we are getting the entities. We are iterating the entities and we are adding them to one list object by taking the Java type. Now we need to expose these things. For this, we are going to use entity classes dot to array. Let me convert that to the array by using one new class object. New class of array. I'm converting them to one array object, which is going to give the class domain types. Okay, the domain types, the entity types we are getting. Now, by using these entity types, we are going to call config.expose IDs for all these domain types. So whatever the domain types are available, that means whatever the entity types are available, for these entity types, we are going to expose the IDs. So here I'm taking the config object, config.expose IDs for the domain types. What are our domain types? Entity classes. How we loaded the entity classes? By using entity manager, I loaded my entities. Those entities I converted into list of entity classes. From the list of entity classes, I have taken the class array by using toArray method. So this class array I am passing to expose IDs for. So which is going to expose the IDs, of our entity classes. So here I'm going to call simply this method. Expose IDs by using this config object. So with this Java class, we are going to expose the primary keys of our entities in the response. Okay, now let me try this once. Is it working or not? Let me stop this project and let me run this application. And I will send the request again and I will see in the response the entities are coming or not. In the response the entities are coming or not, we can check that. Application is getting started. Yes, application started with the port number 8080. Clear the console. Now if you see earlier, we got only category name. Category ID is not coming in the response. Now click on send method. Get request I'm sending. Now can you see ID is also coming in the response. Earlier ID was not coming in the response. Now I am getting ID also in the response. So we need to create some custom configuration, repository REST configuration, which is used to expose the IDs. Are you guys able to understand why I created one custom REST configuration class? So what is the purpose of this get entities method? Get all entities from the all entity classes from the entity manager. Get all entity classes from the entity manager. Okay. Create an array of the entity types. Create an array for the entity types to store. Now here I am entity types for the entity types for the entities. Get entity types for the entities. Now I'm going to expose the entity IDs for the array of domain types. Exposing entity IDs for the domain types. Expose IDs for domain types. So by using entity manager, we are loading the entities. From the entities, we are loading the entity type. The entity types we are converting into class array, and we are passing that to config method expose IDs. So this method I am calling in this overriding method config dot expose IDs for these domains. So whatever the entity classes available in the application, we are loading all those entity classes and we are exposing IDs for those entity classes. We are exposing IDs for those entity classes. So when we send the request, earlier we got only category name in the response. Now we are getting category ID also in the response. Okay, if you want to expose the primary keys also, then you need to create this custom configuration class. If you don't want to expose the IDs, then this custom configuration class is not required. So if you want to expose the primary keys in the response, then only you need to create this custom configuration class. Otherwise, this custom configuration class is not required. Otherwise, this custom configuration class is not required. Okay, next one. So if you see our repository interfaces, we are not writing any methods. Product category available, product repository available. We are not writing any methods here. We are not writing any methods. Only the predefined methods we are using. Suppose if you want to write some custom methods, that also possible. If you want to write some custom methods, that also possible. Now, I want to get the products based on the product category. As you see in the UI, if I select laptops, only laptops should come. If I select mobiles, only mobiles should come. So how to retrieve the products based on the product category ID? So for this, we are going to write one find by method. So anybody
in
having
the previous class, that interface, we never use that interface, right, sir? First time we are using that interface.
which one?
In the previous class, you implemented that class, right, sir? That ID, you're retrieving the ID, right, sir, in the custom class.
Today we created this, yeah.
Right, sir. This one, we never use this interface, right, sir? Repository REST configurer in the past.
No, this is first time.
First time, sir. Okay. Only this method is there, sir? Expose IDs or any other methods are there, sir, in this
So
one?
many
In
methods
this.
are there, but for us, this is required.
Got it. If we have more fields like category status or something like that, can we implement
Everything
those
will
also?
come, sir. Only by
Okay.
default, everything will come. Only primary key will not come.
Will not come. For that, you have to do that.
Yeah,
Okay,
if
sir.
you
Makes
have
sense.
10 columns, all the 10 columns will come except primary key. If you
Primary key.
want to
Okay.
send the primary key, then only this custom configuration is required.
Makes sense, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Next one. Product repository, guys. If you go to the product table, ID, name, description, title, price, all the columns are available. Okay. And product category available. That is a relationship. So when we see the table, our product record will be inserted in the table along with the category ID. Product record will be inserted in the table along with the category ID. So now, how to retrieve the products based on the category ID? There is no predefined method for that. So for that, we need to write one custom method. So find by methods we need to use. So in the data JPA, there is a concept called find by methods concept is available. Can anyone tell me what is the purpose of find by method in the data JPA, guys? Can anyone tell me
the data from the particular field?
what is the purpose of find by method in the data JPA?
To perform select operations.
Get methods, getter, sir.
It is used to perform the select operation. So if you want to retrieve the data by using non-primary key columns, if you want to retrieve the data by using non-primary key columns, then we are going to use find by methods. If you want to perform the operation by using, if you want to retrieve the data by using non-primary key columns, then we are going to use find by method. So in the product table, so when we go for the product table, category ID will be available. Based on the category ID, I want to retrieve the data. Based on the category ID, I want to retrieve the data. So for that, we need to write one custom method. For that, we need to write one custom method. Are you guys able to understand my point? Are you guys able to understand
Yes,
my
sir.
point?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Why we
Yes.
are going for the custom method?
Retrieving the data from database.
To retrieve the data, which is on the field which is not the primary ID.
Yes,
Primary
I want to retrieve the records from the table based on the non-primary key column. If you want to retrieve the data based on the primary key column, find by ID method is available. But the requirement is I want to retrieve the data based on the non-primary key column. So for that, we are going to use repository find by methods. We are going to use repository find by methods. Are you clear? Now, so I'm going to use pagination concept here. Page of product. Page of a product.
Sir, earlier in the
by-
postman, we got non primary key columns, right, sir? For ID, we implemented that other custom method, right, sir?
Correct.
Now we are saying basically we want to retrieve non-primary ones again, right, sir? Opposite to what we did earlier.
Correct. Yeah. So I'm taking one method called find by category ID. Okay. For this, I'm using pagination also. That means pagination also we want to implement when we are retrieving the records, because so products in one category, 1,000 products can be available. So if you go to the Flipkart mobiles category, how many mobiles will be available? Guys, when you go for the Flipkart e-commerce
Lot of.
application, so if you go to Flipkart mobiles category, in the Flipkart mobiles category, if you see 1,000 mobiles also or 5,000 mobiles also will be available. Category mobiles I am going to select. Now let me show you how many mobiles are available in that category. Okay, so mobiles available, category mobiles available. Let me select the category mobiles. How many mobiles available in the Flipkart, guys?
10,202 products.
10,000 mobiles available. But are they displaying all the 10,000 mobiles in one page? Are they displaying only 24 mobiles in one page?
24 mobiles in one
24.
page.
Only 24 mobiles. For the remaining, the pagination is available. Yes or no? So here, whenever you select the category as a mobiles in the Flipkart, whenever you select category as a mobiles in the Flipkart, there are 10,000 mobiles available in the Flipkart database. But they are not retrieving all the 10,000 mobiles. They are retrieving first 24 mobiles only and they are displaying. When you want the remaining mobiles, then you need to click on the page number here. Click on the page number 2. Okay, if you click on the page number 2, then the next 24 mobiles they are getting. So that is a pagination concept. So for that pagination concept, we are going to use page find by category ID. ID I am passing, pageable object I will pass. This pageable object is going to specify how many records you want per page and which page data you want. So this ID, which is going to be a parameter for the query. So I'm going to specify @param of ID. So that means product category ID value I'm supplying to get the data by using find by category ID. So which category ID you will supply and how many records you want per page, based on that this find by method is going to execute. Based on this method is going to be executed. So this is a custom method we are writing in order to retrieve the records based on the category ID. That is find by category ID. And the next one, in our UI, if you see, search functionality is also available. I can search the products based on the product name also. Now if you go here, there is a search box available, search for products. So if I type /Apple, then what it is showing? Apple mobiles are coming. So the products are coming based on the search also. How do the user will search? User will search based on the product ID or user will search based on the product name? Guys, when you go for the e-commerce application, how do you will search for the products?
Product name.
Product name.
By using name.
Product.
So will you enter the complete name or you will enter some partial name also?
Partial.
Partial name also. So for this, what we need to write is, we will write one method, page method. It will give product object find by name, find by name containing, find by name containing. So you may enter any name, you may enter any name, whatever the name you give. If that name is available, if that name is containing there, if the name is containing there, then we need to retrieve that pageable object. Guys, see, I have imported wrong package. AWT pageable is imported. We need to import Spring Data pageable object. We need to import Spring Data pageable object. Right. So I'm writing two custom methods here. One is used to retrieve products based on product category ID. Another one is used to retrieve the products based on the name matching. Find by name containing and find by category ID. Find by category ID, find by name containing. Like these two custom methods I am writing in the product repository. Do we need any custom methods in the category repository, guys? Do we need any methods in the category repository? We don't need any methods in the category repository. No, just categories will display. Based on the category, we will display the products. That's it. We are not going to do any operations on the category. But I want to retrieve the products based on the category ID, and I want to retrieve the products based on the search functionality also. So let me show you where we are going to use these two custom methods. Let me show you where we are going to use these two custom methods. Let me open our project functionality. Okay. I'm trying to play the video where I have explained about the project architecture. Yeah. Now guys, can you see here? In this video, if you see this, if you see our project, left side menu is available. If you see our project, left side menu is available. So when you click on that menu, when I click on the laptops, only laptops are coming. When I click on mobiles, only mobiles are coming. So that means I'm going to retrieve the records based on the category. Okay. Now, when I click on these laptops, only laptops are coming. That means by category ID, category/1. If you see the URL, category/1. So laptops category is 1. So based on the category ID, the products are coming. That means when you click on that menu item, then this method will be executed. Find by category ID. So laptops category ID is 1. If you click on that 1, then that ID will be displayed. Based on that ID, records will be displayed. Similarly, when you click on mobiles, mobiles category ID is 2. If you see in the URL, category 2 is available. When you click on mobiles, that mobiles only coming. Only mobiles are coming. Okay guys. Now, so please, can you just play the video once again to get the better clarity? Why I have written two custom methods. One is find by category ID and another one is find by name containing. So if you watch this video once again just 2 minutes, then you will get better clarity guys. So I'm keeping on mute. Just watch this video once again for 2 minutes to understand where we are using these two custom methods.
Hello.
Guys, are you able to watch that? So when I click on shirts, the category ID going as 3, only shirt is coming. So the ID is required. So that is the reason I have created one custom class to expose the IDs. So earlier IDs were not coming in the response by default. So I created one REST configuration class and I am exposing the IDs for the entities in the response. Then once the products categories are coming, those product categories we are going to display in the left side as a menu. So when you click on particular category, based on the category ID, we need to get the products. If that category does not having the products, we are displaying the message as no products found. If that category having the products, then we will display those products. Along with this, we are having search functionality also. So when I type laptop, only laptops are coming. Find by name containing. So in my database, there are so many products available. So when I want to search for particular product with the name, when I search for particular product with the name, so I will type that name. Okay. So mobile, when I type complete just mobile, all the products which contains the name as mobile is coming. Okay. Similarly, if I type something like Samsung, or if you have something like Apple, so the mobiles, the products which are containing the given name, those products will come here, search functionality. So here, in order to retrieve the products based on the given name, I have created one method called find by name containing. In order to retrieve the products based on the category, I have created one method called find by category ID. So these are the two custom methods I'm writing in the repository. Do I need to implement these methods or JPA will take care of implementation? Guys, do I need to implement these methods or my JPA will take care of the implementation?
JP will take care of that.
They will take care of the implementation.
Do I need to implement or my JPA will take care of the implementation?
JP will take care.
JPA will take care of the implementation. JPA will take care of the implementation. Find by category ID, find by name containing. Now,
Category ID is the primary key, right, sir? It will taken care by JPA, but this find by name is not a primary key, right, sir? How
so that is the reason we are writing a find by method. Based on this method, it will prepare the query.
Oh, any column name it will take. Okay.
Yes.
Right, sir.
Find by name containing means it will use select star from product where name like given value.
Right.
It will prepare a query to execute this method. Query preparation, JPA will take care. Okay.
Right, sir.
So this is REST custom configuration class we created. This custom configuration class is used to expose our IDs. By default, primary keys will not come in the response. Okay. So step 8, what we are doing in the step 8, guys. So expose IDs for entities. Expose IDs for entities. By default, primary key will not come in the response in the REST repository. So for this, we need to create one custom configuration class to expose the IDs. Now, step number 9. Write custom methods in the product repository. Write custom methods in product repository. So what are the custom methods? One is to retrieve the products based on the category ID. Another one is to retrieve the products based on the category name. Okay, if you see the product repository, so these are the two custom methods I have created. Just find by methods, no need to provide the implementation. Just find by methods, no need to provide the implementation. Implementation will be taken care by data JPA. For the above two find by methods, for the above two find by methods, implementation will be provided by data JPA. You no need to provide the implementation, guys. Data JPA will take care of the implementation. Now, so backend REST API URLs. Step number 10. Test backend API functionality. Test backend API functionality. So in order to test our backend APIs, we are URL patterns. URL patterns will be available for us. Okay. So how to test them? The first URL, we need to test whether all the products are coming or not. So this is the endpoint URL which is used to test whether all the products are available or not. Let me stop it and run again so that we can see whether it is preparing queries properly or not. Currently product data is not available. Show SQL true. Okay. My application is getting started. So what are the URLs we can use in order to test our backend APIs? So this is to retrieve all the products from the table. So 8080/API. /API is base path. Products is the path for the REST repository. So if you send a GET request to this URL, it will give you all the products which are available in the table. Currently there is no product available, but let's try this. I need to populate the data into database, guys. Did anybody created queries to populate the data into table? Did anybody created the queries to populate the data into table?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah, I have created.
You created SQL queries. Okay, good. So today I will prepare those queries to populate the data. We need to insert at least for each category 5 to 6 products. 4 categories, 4 into 5, 20. At least 20 products we need to insert. For each category I will insert 5 products. 4 categories I will take 4 into 5, 20 products I will insert. Yeah, my application is ready. Clear this. Now take the first URL, API products. So I'm sending a GET request to the products URL, which will go to product repository, GET request method, which will retrieve all the products. For this, there is no method because getting all the products is basic requirement. Find all predefined method will be called. Products. No products are coming because products are not available in the table. So we are not getting any record. We are not getting any record because we are not getting any record because there is no data available in the table. Okay. Next, if you want to get any product based on the product ID, then you can send /1, which is going to be product ID. So based on the product ID, you can retrieve the product. Particular product if you want to retrieve, then you can pass that ID in the URL. Okay. Next, I want to retrieve all the product categories. Okay. Product hyphen category is available. That is going to retrieve all the categories available in the table. So why we need to retrieve all the categories? We need to display the categories in the menu like this. For that we need to retrieve all the categories, product categories. Okay, this is the URL and I need to retrieve all the product categories. Okay, so category ID and category name. By default, ID will not come in the response, only non-primary key columns will come in the response. To export the IDs also in the response, we created one configuration class here. Now, if you want to get particular category based on the category ID, we can get that. Okay, so you can pass category ID also in the URL. Only that particular category will come. Now, I want to get the products which are belongs to particular category. I want to get the products belongs to particular category. So now product category /1/products. So it is going to give you all the products belongs to category ID 1. It is going to give you all the products belongs to category ID 1. So now you can pass category /1/products because in the product category we are having relationship. Product category having a relationship with the product table. Now if you go to product category /ID/products, it will give all the products which are belongs to given category. And we created one find by method to retrieve the products based on the category ID. That is to search functionality. Custom method. How to access this custom method that we created? Find by category ID. Find by methods are used to retrieve the data. They are used to search the data. So when you write this method /API/products/search/find by category ID ? ID is equal to given value. Okay, so find by category ID ? that we need to use category ID. So whatever the category ID that you are passing, based on that category ID, you can retrieve the products. This is the URL pattern which is used to access our find by method. So in the product repository, we are writing one find by method. How to access this find by method? This is the URL pattern to access our find by method. Similarly, we are having find by method with the name containing find by name containing okay, category ID ? given ID is equal to 1. ID is a parameter that we are taking. Here name we are taking as a parameter. Name is equal to something like apple. So I want to get the products whose name contains Apple keyboard. So these are the two URL patterns which are used to access the find by methods that we have created. So search, we need to specify this is a predefined keyword. API products search, find by category ID, question mark, query parameter. Based on the given category ID, I want to get the products. Basically, the URL 6 is used to access this method, custom method, find by category ID. This method name we are specifying in the URL pattern. That method name we are specifying in the URL pattern. Then URL 6 is available, which is used to get find by name containing question mark name is equal to given value. So if you want to retrieve, this method is used for search functionality in our application. This method is used to load the products based on the menu selection. You got my point? So these two methods, whatever we created, these methods will be used here. When I click on the mobiles, only mobiles are coming. When I click on shirts, category ID 3 going. So when you click this menu item, then in the back end, this URL will be called. Okay, what that URL will do? It is going to load the products based on the selected category menu. Then when you go and search for something in the search box, when you type something in the search box, then it will retrieve the products based on the given name containing. So when you type something on key up event in the backend, this URL will be called, which is used to retrieve the products based on the given name. All right. So these are the backend microservice URL patterns. These URLs we are going to access by using Angular application. Our front-end application is going to communicate with the backend application. For the backend application, these are the URLs. If you want to load all the products, this URL you need to access. If you want to load only one product, when we will use this URL one, so first we want to load all the products, then first URL. When we will load the second URL, it is used to load one product based on the ID. So that means when you go and click on that particular product name, then more details about the product will be displayed. Okay, I want to see more information about the particular product. Whenever I want to see more information about the particular product, then I am going to use this method. Second method, first URL to load all the products. Second URL to load the one product data, master view of the product. Okay, product category to retrieve all the product categories for menu display. First URL to load all the products. Second URL to load a product based on the ID. So whenever you click on the product image, generally when you go for the Flipkart, the mobiles are coming. Now if I click on this mobile name, then master view of the mobile is coming. So more details about the product is coming. So I want to load more information about the product. Then we are going to load the second URL. Then third URL, which is used to display menu. For menu, all the categories are required. Categories we are going to load by using this URL. Okay, this we are not going to use in our system. This is used to load one category based on the ID. URL 4 we don't call. So this is to load the products based on the particular category. So this is also used for same thing. Find by category ID. With the given category ID, I want to load the products. Basically, these two are going to do the same thing. So this is going to load the products based on the given category. This is also going to load the products based on the given category. And this is find by name containing. So when you are going for search functionality, when user search something, then I want to load the products based on the given name. This name will come as a dynamic value. This name will come as a dynamic value from the UI. So these are our backend URL patterns, backend API endpoint URLs. Now these endpoint URLs we are going to access in our front-end application. So with this our backend is ready. So what we have done in the backend. So we have understood what is our project functionality. A video I have given, I explained about the project architecture. And we are developing this backend by using Spring Boot with data JPA, with data REST and MySQL database we are using. Okay, front end we are using Angular 17 version, UI application. So these are the modules available in our application, products and categories available, cart module, checkout module, payment module, user management module, orders module is available. So database design, we identified that 5 tables are required in order to develop this product and category functionalities. Okay, product table, category table, customer table, address table, order items table is available. Now we started creating our project, create a boot application with the starters. Okay, create the entity class for category, create the entity class for product. There is a relationship. One category can contain multiple products, so one to many relationship. If you see from the product table, this is many to one relationship. Multiple products belongs to single category. Then next one, repositories. So these are the JPA repositories to perform CRUD operations with the table. The thing is, I'm using data REST concept. Whatever the repositories are available, I'm exposing these repositories as a REST repositories so that we no need to create the REST controller. By using this repository only, we can perform REST operations. Now, application properties we configured, run the application and test the tables creation. Tables are created successfully, product table and category table. Insert data into DB tables using SQL queries. Okay, so insert the data into DB tables using SQL queries. So insert data into category table and insert data into product table. For each category, at least 5 products. So what we need to insert? So insert data into category table like laptops, mobiles, shirts, groceries, something like that. You can insert 4 categories and for each category at least 5 products we need to insert, guys. So once it is inserted, then test the API functionality using Postman. So if we observe the response, the entity primary keys data, the primary key columns data will not come in response. So that is the reason we are exposing IDs for the entities by creating one class, that is data REST configuration class. Once it is done, I'm writing custom methods in the repository to load the products based on the category ID and to load the products based on the name matching. Okay, for the above 2 find by methods, implementation will be provided by data JPA in runtime. You no need to write the implementation for this repository methods, that will be provided by data JPA in the runtime. So once it is done, test our backend API functionality with the below URLs. So with this, our backend API is ready. From my side, data loading part is pending. Today, I will come up with some SQL queries to insert the data into tables. Then we can access our backend API from the Postman by using these URLs. So with this, one microservice is ready, which is going to deal with products and categories, loading the products based on the category and products search functionality. So for that, backend code is ready. So I can retrieve the categories to display the menu. I can retrieve the products based on the category ID and I can retrieve the products based on my search functionality also. Okay, now so our backend is ready related to categories, related to products, related to search functionality. For that, we need to develop front-end application. For that, we need to develop our front-end application. Okay, are you guys clear?
Yes, sir.
Are you guys doing the practice along with me?
Yes, sir.
Whatever that I have completed in the class, same thing you need to complete after the class is completed. It is not like copy pasting everything. So parallelly, if you also do the project, then only you will get the benefit. If you don't do the coding on your own, then there is no use. If you don't do the coding on your own, then there is no use, guys. So whatever is required that you need to implement on your own. So I have completed my backend implementation. By today, you should also complete this backend implementation. You should be ready with your backend API for the testing purpose. So today my backend API is completed. I'm ready with my backend API. Only thing which is pending for me, inserting the products. I need to prepare some SQL queries in order to load the data. As I told you, category table, we are inserting the categories already. Now I need to insert the products into the category. For that, minimum 5 products I will insert for each category. 5 products I will insert for each category so that we can have good look in the UI and we can perform the operations. So today I want everybody to complete this backend API for the products and insert the data in the tables and test your backend API with these URL patterns. Once your backend API is ready, in the tomorrow session, we will start with our front-end development for this application. So we are going to start front-end development. Whatever that you are seeing in the video, with the same UI, we are going to develop our front-end application also. Once this front-end is completed, then we will start working with the cart functionality. How to add the product to the cart, how to update the price in the cart, and how to view the cart. Okay. So once it is completed, then we will work on the cart functionality. So one by one, we will implement. Don't neglect your practice. So whatever I have completed in the class today, same thing you need to complete. So that tomorrow we will start UI development. So to start the UI development, our backend should be ready. To start the UI development, our backend should be ready. Is it clear? Is it clear for
Yes,
everyone?
Yes, sir.
Good. Any questions, anybody? Anybody having any questions?
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir. Sir,
Good.
actually, I just tried to complete yesterday project, but the problem is that when I am trying to auto detail update, I am not able to create the table automatically in my DB.
Maybe any column names incorrect in the table. Description. Yesterday I have done one mistake.
Yeah, sir, I have
Description.
corrected that.
Table should be created, madam. Which database you are using?
Oh, MySQL.
Yeah, it should create. Can you share the
Okay.
screen
Yeah,
once?
yes, sir.
Your name?
Shikha Gupta, sir.
Yeah. Share your screen. Guys, I request all of you to complete backend implementation by today so that tomorrow we are going to start our front-end development. If you don't do the backend, then you can't start the front end.
Hello.
Sir, this pageable object, how many records will
20
return
records by default, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir. It is visible my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shika, give me the control.
Category name is not available.
What is your project name? E-commerce project,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
form.example.demo, form.example.demo.entity, example.demo.repository. No, I lost your ID. Can you
Yes,
open
sir.
your
So,
ID? I think it got stuck.
yes, sir. Now it's working. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Application.yml file. DDL auto. You need to use update here.
Sir, I just try here, but it's not worked actually. Sir, initially we can take create. Now after that we have to update.
Yes. So
Okay,
if you
yeah.
create every time, it will recreate the table for you. Spring.jpa.hibernate.ddl auto update. Can you remove that extra lines space there, line number 2 and 3?
Yes, sir.
Above the data source, the empty space after
Yes,
the
yes.
spring, line number 2 and line number 3. No, don't do like that. Control Z, yeah. Leave the mouse. What is the database name? E-commerce database you
E-commerce.
are using.
Right, sir.
Can you run the project once?
Yes. Sir, it has started.
Yeah, go to database. I can see only your ID. Stop the screen and share it again. Share the complete screen.
Okay, sir.
Shika, I can't see
Yeah.
your screen.
Ah, okay. Sir, it is visible?
Yes. Think your entity classes are not loading. Yeah, go to IDE.
Sir, it
Open
is
your
visible?
IDE.
So it will take time actually. So what should I have to do? Please tell me. Then I will try for that.
Do one thing. Keep your project in the Git repository and save
Okay.
that Git repository link. I will check it. Your system is very slow. It is getting hang.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, keep your project in the Git repo and send that Git repository link to me. I will check that.
Okay, fine, sir. I will do that.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Guys, fine. Anyone having any questions? No. If no questions, so
Sir,
I want all of you to complete
Hello,
the
sir.
backend project implementation by today and keep it ready. So tomorrow we are going to start UI project for this one and we'll integrate the backend and front end and we will develop that menu display. We will develop that products display and all that functionality. Thank you guys. I'm stopping now. Let me take
Hello.
yes.
Sir, also I am having a question. I have just. Are you able to see my screen?
No, I can't see the screen.
Sir, I just wanted to share.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I am using STS to develop the project, but repository REST annotation, resource annotation is not configuring.
Data REST dependency you need to add.
Okay, sir. Okay.
See the notes. I have given the steps clearly in the notes.
Okay, sir.
Hello.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, here I have done some mistake. Is it when I am just map or in the association?
That is correct, na? Menu to one.
Yeah, sir. Here the category ID that I have taken in the my product category. Is it fine, no?
So here, why product ID, product name, category name you need to take here. Change the column names.
Okay.
It's not good.
Okay.
So it should be category ID and category name.
Okay. Fine, sir.
That's not a problem, but your tables are not creating. So we need to see that. So you give me your Git repository.
Okay, fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
So what is entity manager, sir?
Entity manager is basically JPA repositories is going to use, which is going to get the connections with the database and all. It is going to manage our entity classes for the persistence layer. By using that, we are loading all the entities and we are exposing the IDs of those entities. So that means whenever you use data JPA in the background, it will use entity manager to perform operations with the database. It is a predefined component in the data JPA.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, good.